Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today on A Vogel Talks Menopause I'm going to be talking about other menopausal hair issues that might be a surprise. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. We know that hair thinning and hair loss is a really common symptom in the menopause, and I went through all the issues with that last week, but the menopause can affect your hair in other ways, not just the hair on your head, but your hair on the rest of the body. So I thought today I would look at these other symptoms because I do get quite a few emails and letters on this. So number one is that your hair can lose its shine and lustre. Now, very often this happens because we are on a fat-free diet. It may well be that we're using the wrong kinds of shampoos and conditioners that are stripping the oil away. So with this particular one, so if you just sort of look in the mirror and think, my hair's really dull, then you could look at a flax oil supplement. That can be really great for getting the shine back. And remember to try and use natural hair products that are a lot kinder to our hair generally. So for other areas of our body, there's that unwanted facial hair. So it can just be a single one that just keeps appearing and nothing you can do can get rid of it. Or you may find that you actually start to get a little bit of that sort of 6 o'clock shadow, or you might find that the hair is starting to grow a lot thicker and more noticeable on your upper lip. You also find a lot of women find that they start to get that little sort of peach fuzz on the side of the neck and the cheeks. This particular one, very often it happens just because either your testosterone levels are not decreasing along with estrogen or progesterone, or for some women, just because of the nature of their hormonal balance, testosterone can rise for some women in the menopause. So the testosterone being the more kind of male hormone, this can trigger much more hair. With the facial hair, it's a difficult one to resolve. There's very little you can take that will help. It needs to be either the tweezers. So if you've got just a single one, I mean, I've got one that appears just here on a regular basis, and you get fed up using tweezers. And I find these tiny little battery operated round razors can be really nice. They're very gentle on the skin. If there's a lot more, you can look at things like electrolysis. If it's really bad and it's happening on other areas of the body, then it may well be worth just speaking to your doctor. They may well be able to offer you some androgen blocking medication if you feel that this is something that's maybe affecting your confidence or interfering with your daily life. You may find too that hair tends to disappear in some areas as well. So very often it will start to disappear on your arms, your legs. Under the arms is a really common one, and also pubic hair as well. So either they can disappear, you find that you just become hairless, or again, for some women, if it's to do with testosterone levels, you find that you tend to grow more hair here. And again, it can be a lot thicker, more wiry, and also darker. So again, this is one, very little you can do supplement and herb wise, but you could speak to your doctor again. The texture of your hair can change. And this is a really interesting one because apparently falling estrogen can affect the size of your hair follicles on your scalp. So you may find that you used to have lovely straight hair and suddenly it's going curly, or you may find you had curly hair and now it's going straight. And that's just the lack of estrogen affecting the shape, length and size of your hair follicle. So as the hair grows, it's going to be affected by the size of the follicle. You may find your hair then gets a lot thinner. it gets maybe a little bit more wiry, it gets a little bit more fragile, or it could get a little bit more fuzzy. And some women find too, because of this, that they lose the strength of their hair, so they get split ends much more easier than before. For this particular one, diet can very often help, and supplements can help too. So I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Some women find their hair gets really greasy and they have to end up washing it on a daily basis. Couple of issues here. Again, it can be the hormonal changes going on, but believe it or not, dehydration can cause greasy hair. All that's happening here is if you get seriously dehydrated, the body will produce extra sebum to use as a protection for your hair. So just be aware with this one that you are drinking plenty of water, because that can make a little bit of a difference. Remember too to go for very gentle shampoos, go for organic, go for natural ones, purely because a lot of our hair care products that we use, they've got loads of chemicals in them. They can be very astringent, they can strip the hair, they can make the hair much more brittle and weak as well. The other thing too is don't use hot water to wash your hair. If it's already starting to get weak, continual washing in hot water can strip it of its natural oils, making it more brittle. And the other thing that you could do, if you can stand it, is to give your head a blast of cold water just as you finish rinsing your hair, because that cold water will quickly shrink the hair follicles, and that will produce less sebum as the day goes on. You might find that your scalp becomes more sensitive and more itchy, and believe it or not, an itchy scalp is a really common symptom. An awful lot of women end up experiencing this at some point. Some women find that they end up with dandruff, which is something that they have never had before. Again, check your shampoos and your conditioners. Your skin gets thinner, it gets much more sensitive during the menopause, and that can be anywhere in the body. So just be careful what products you're using on your scalp. You can look at our neem shampoo, because this has been formulated. Neem is known to be very soothing and very good for itchy skin and itchy scalp. So some of us, yes, we still like to dye our hair, but again, try and make sure that you're using natural dyes if you can, or that you're not dyeing every 3 or 4 weeks, because if you're using too many chemicals on your hair, that can cause problems as well. So the main thing with all of these symptoms is the majority of them are hormonal orientated, and that can be a little bit more difficult to treat. But anything you do to help your hair generally is going to be of benefit. So remember your diet. Your hair needs lots of different nutrients in order to grow well and to grow steadily and properly. So just make sure your diet is full of lots of different varieties of foods. Remember the protein as well. You need protein for good hair growth. Remember the water, and remember to make sure that you're getting plenty of healthy fats in your diet in order to have that nice shiny hair. Hope you found this one helpful. There are some strange things that happen to us in the menopause. If you have had problems with your hair, such as I've mentioned today, and you have found something that's worked really well, then please share it with us. We would love to hear all about it. And until then, I will see you next week for another edition of A Vogel Talks Menopause.